this is like my most important life's work, right? If I can do anything in this world, it is to like help and defend founders because they ultimately build the world we want to believe in. So I get invited to join the cast of Dragon's Den, and I'm really young, like I'm 28 years old. So I'd never really been an investor before. And I always think these are really powerful experiences when you walk across the aisle and you take the position of someone else. And so this happens, when you go from being the founder to being a board member. And then for the first time, you're like, oh, this is how board members perceive something. And this was a big walk across the aisle because I had been a serial entrepreneur my whole career. And now I was literally being put on a stage in a chair as an investor. One of the things that people don't know about the show is that we film all the episodes back to back. So we see 250 pitches in 17 days. And so a lot of things start to, they start to really sink in because you're seeing just such a high volume. So we're seeing a lot of e-commerce businesses, and all of these founders are coming on the show and they're like, look, I sell a great product, right? My iPhone case, I sell them for $50, cost me $10 in ad spend and $10 in product cost to make them. And, they're there on the show looking for $100,000 for 10% of their company. And the dragons are like, oh, what do you need the money for? And the founders are like, well, I need to buy Facebook ads because I need to go drive sales, or I need to go buy inventory because I need to go drive sales. All the dragons are bidding. And there's something in the back of my mind that's like, this is such a bad deal for founders. These e-commerce companies, are not going to sell at an insane multiple, but the founders really need the money. Why don't I just throw out a different deal set? Like, let me just try this out. I did this on live television. I was like, instead of me giving you the $100,000 and taking 10% of your company, why don't I give you the capital you're looking for, that $100,000? I want 5% of your revenue until you pay me back my $100,000 plus 6%. So $106,000. This was really not expensive, right? You think about a traditional royalty deal, you were getting 5% for the entire lifetime of the company. I said, look, there's only one hitch to my deal. I need to see your Facebook ad account because I need to know if you're actually telling me the truth or not. And I ran an e-commerce company for a long time. So I'll be able to figure out if you're kind of BSing me or not, right? So that episode, I remember the founders took the capital and we started thinking, maybe there's something here. And I never guessed that we would ever get this big. We're the largest e-commerce investor in the world and have totally pioneered these ideas around alternative capital and what a bad deal it was for founders to give up equity and control of their company if they had to buy ads and inventory. And so I think that ultimately, this is like my most important life's work, right? If I can do anything in this world, it is to help and defend founders because they ultimately build the world we want to believe in. They're so much more effective than governments at doing everything from tackling climate change to tackling all sorts of global problems we have. And the number one problem that most entrepreneurs have is how to get funded. Because if you didn't come from a rich family and if you didn't go to a prestigious school and you didn't run in the right circles, it's really difficult for you to find capital. And then on top of that capital, that's really fair to back your business. So I'm hoping we'll have just a tiny part in some of the new businesses that will be built in the next decade.